And directly integrated into the content filter product will be a Classroom Manager product. The newest addition to our suite of tools is Classroom Manager. It's an optional add-on to Content Filter to give teachers more flexibility during instruction while maintaining safety and compliance standards. So to start off with, we're on the Classes tab here. There's also a Scenes tab. Scenes are pre-built things that can be configured during an actual session of a class. So right now here, you can see that I'm the teacher in question. If I go over here, I can see some of the different classrooms I've got turned on. I can see how many that are available. I can see how many students are in those classrooms. I can modify those classrooms as needed. I can review the audit log of those classrooms. I could also remove the classroom, and I can also then start a session as well too. It's going to default to an hour time frame. I can give this session a name. Once I start the session, it's going to go ahead and show the two students here. Now the students do need to go ahead and join the classroom there. And then once they've joined the classroom here, I'm going to be able to go ahead and see their screen. And this is going to be a screen share all the way down to the desktop itself there. I can click into that and take a look at the screen. So if they have anything open, I'm able to review that as well. In this case, the student doesn't have anything open quite yet, but if I go in here and I start clicking around and opening different tabs and things, we'll start seeing that reflected here. We can also start seeing that reflected over in the tab side of things here as well too. So if I go ahead and take a look at the different users here, I can see one of my users hasn't joined yet. So if they were someone who's maybe absent today or something like that, I could delete them just for this particular session. Here at the top, I can quickly see who has joined the session, who has not joined the session. I can create sub-sessions of users if I have specific monitoring requirements for different users as well. There's some icons here to go ahead and change the view I'm looking at. I can also remove people, I can pin people here. And then on the right hand side, the way the Classroom Manager works is that it's going to go ahead and have a session duration, and after that session duration ends, the student will be kicked out of the classroom. The session will end, so any of the locks or blocks or anything like that have been applied, that's all going to go ahead and disappear after that point there. If I go into summary here, I'm able to see some just basic information about what's going on with the classroom here as a whole. So I can see there's some participants, I can see there's some unique sites, I can see what my top site is. And then below that, there's a scene section here. This is some of the pre-built controls. So I can either add in an existing scene, or I can modify this session default scene. So I can allow certain sites, I can block certain sites, and that also allows you to allow through sites that may be normally blocked, but might be something that you need for that particular class period there. There is also then a policy section here, which allows me to enable something called focus mode. What focus mode does is it's going to go ahead and close all the tabs that are not explicitly allowed. So if they try to open things, try to go to things that they shouldn't be, it's going to go ahead and lock those down here. So we can see a little tooltip here as well too. So it's a way to go ahead and kind of lock some things down there and not allow them to leave the specific sites in question. If I did create some kind of scene, I can also then go ahead and share that to other people who might be in my org as well too. When a scene is applied here, so I'm going to go ahead and grab an existing scene here. If I go ahead and add that to the session here and it says success, I can go ahead and close out of that. And then suddenly you'll notice here that this is changed, and now I'm looking at something else here instead because I've gone ahead and enabled that focus mode. So if the student does try to access any other sites or anything like that, it's going to go ahead and prevent them from doing so. Bottom here, I can also go ahead and open up an individual tabs. Now I would need to turn the focus mode off in this case here, so I'm going to go ahead and do so. But then I could go ahead and open up a simple tab, and it'll go ahead and open that for the user as well too, and set that as the active tab. So a way to push those tabs out as well. And then there is also a one-way chat functionality as well, or really more of an announcement functionality. So if I go ahead and type in something here, and I go ahead and scroll back up, you can see that reflected in here directly as well too. Once the session has concluded and things are done, you can press the end session button here. This will just take a moment here, and then the session ends and the student is released back to normal filtering. So the idea here is to give teachers a quick, easy way to go ahead and again manage those classrooms and go ahead and have a little bit more control during the day-to-day on classes. Lastly here, there is also a scene section. This is where you can pre-build those scenes ahead of time so that the scenes are ready to go. Just turn them on during the class session and no issue there on that end. This is just scratching the surface of what you can do with Manage Methods. I encourage you to schedule a demo or claim your free audit today to see how we can help you save time and effort while improving your district's cybersecurity, safety, and compliance.